Hey, Commissioner James Hendon, Commissioner of the New York City Department of Veterans Affairs, is with us. Commissioner, welcome to the program. Great to have you with us this morning, sir.
Hey, so good to be on, Joe. Thank you for having me this morning.
Well, it's a tough Memorial Day because of a lot of the standard memorial events are not taking place, and we lost so many veterans, in those nursing homes. But we appreciate you, standing fast and always being there for the veterans. How are things going at this point as we move along this pandemic, James Hendon, in regards to the veterans, sir?
Well, right now, speaking as far as the 210,000 New York City veterans, and that's those who are still serving, in addition to those who are no longer serving. We are, reaching out to our community, phone call by phone call, person by person, and just checking in with them to hear about their needs. And the majority of our folks are doing okay, but many of those whom we call just are happy to hear another voice on the end of the line. Because just like yourself, a lot of us New Yorkers are at home right now. Those in the region are at home right now with what's going on with COVID. One of the biggest issues that we have encountered, which we've been doing a great job of triaging, is someone may say, hey, I'm a little bit older and I may have issues getting out to obtain something to eat. Can you help me with some food? And we've been happy to tie them into the city's Get Food NYC program. So that's one of the biggest ones we've dealt with. Also, for housing, we have some folks who, are in need of, just a place to stay, or who, even before things hit, were in our city shelter system, who are veterans whom we're actively working with to help, even in these times, obtain housing and, have the right place to be so they can, be on the up and up. Another thing that we've been hearing from folks that we've been dealing with left and right is the job front. You've got folks who say, hey, I've just lost my job. I have some issues going on, and what can you help me with? And we tie them into all resources available on that end, Joe.
Yeah, God bless you for what you're doing, Commissioner. Because here you are. You served in the United States Army, as an active duty infantry officer for about 7 years. You were in the Army, yes?
That's right. And I'm still a reservist, so I couldn't fully leave it. I love the people the people who wear the uniform and the veterans, and so I'm still doing that, but on the reserve side. Yeah.
Yeah, Commissioner, God bless you too, man. And thank you for your service. You went to West Point? You went to West Point, my friend? Is that right?
I did. Yep. I was high school in Hudson. Yeah.
Look at
so
you.
Happy to go. Yeah.
Look at you, man. I can't imagine. Walk me before we got a lot to talk about. We have a special announcement we want to make. But Commissioner, to yourself, I love this resume of yours, sir. It's just stellar, man. And I mean, and at Harvard Kennedy School and Columbia Business School. Look at you. But when you go to West Point, you have to be appointed by like a senator or a congressman, correct?
That is correct. I was fortunate enough to earn an appointment. And, for me, and I think a lot of folks who wear a uniform can say this, I was terrified of the military. And so I jumped into it. It was a challenge to me, and I wanted to rise to it. And, when I went in, I was in military school. Being an infantry officer was a challenge to me. So I said, okay, let me go after that. And, I thought before the deployments, everyone before deploying, you have this little bit of unease about, oh, wow, am I going to be able to do this? Can I do it? Can I rise to the occasion? And you go and you do your part. And so, just happy to have done those things and to have benefited from the GI Bill, post 9/11 GI Bill, to go back to school and, keep doing things that involve helping people. I think that's in the heart of many of our service members, past and present.
Yeah, God bless you, Commissioner. Just really an honor to have you on the show with what you've given back to this country, especially as we approach Memorial Day, Commissioner James Hendon. Hey, so veterans, how have they been affected this pandemic? It has been just some horror stories there, yes?
You've got horror stories all around with this thing, and for us, it's just about trying to be there for our fellow veterans. So, as I said, you have some people who say have got issues that involve food, or issues that involve housing, issues that involve employment, and there are other areas. But, we've really been doing our part to try to get a hold of these things, especially for those who have served, to just make sure that everything lands okay. Something that we're doing right now, Joe, is we call it Mission Vet Check, where we have, service members and members of the veteran community reach out to other service members and just give a call, kind of like a buddy check, to make sure you're doing all right, and to provide comfort. And if there's needs that are there, then it's brought back to us, and we do what we can to triage them. So yeah.
Yeah, Commissioner, thank you for that. So I want to make an announcement. This is the announcement. It's 8:12, Joe on the radio, and I told you I was going to make an announcement. I'm so excited about this, and we're very proud. You know, we have Boomer Naturals, and these are the masks. These are with the nano silver 3-layered. They keep 92.2% of the bacteria out. Very comfortable. You could breathe. Check this out. This is great. I talked to you, and the commissioner's aware of this. We are now, this Boomer Naturals, this is a spectacular company which makes this great product, is going to donate, get ready, 40,000 masks to our city veterans. 40,000 masks to our city veterans. Commissioner, how great is it that we have Boomer Naturals stepping up in this regard? How great is this, sir?
I think it's excellent. I appreciate so much what Boomer Naturals is doing with this effort. We understand that there are masks they have for children and for adults. So for those of our service members who have young children, we know that's something that's important. I know that those masks are something that can be reused up to a certain time, and you can clean them and keep using them. And, I do understand, just like you said, the 92.2% of bacteria is kept out. And in these tough times, this kind of stuff is essential as far as just a shield against what is out there and the way to protect ourselves in light of the pandemic. We appreciate it so much, Joe, and we appreciate Boomer Naturals so much.
Boomer Naturals, and I'm so excited. They came to us, Commissioner. They came to us and they said, "Joe, we want to give away 40,000." I go, 40,000? Are you kidding me? I said, "This is great," and you're right. They're good for 30 days. You could wash them, and not to do a commercial here, but what's great about it, like I gave it to Mikey yesterday. I gave it to my kids. I said, "Look, you just wash it at the end of the day. You could reuse it for 30 days." And not, Boomer Naturals, Commissioner Hendon, they're helping out the veterans here, but they've given to Native American, to the tribes and the Native American community. They've given to homeless. They've given it to people who just can't afford to get these things. So we really appreciate Boomer Naturals. It's a great company. Now, apparently, I will see you next week. We're going to make this presentation, Commissioner, and and with your incredible resume and your service to this country, I mean, I'll just be proud to be with you, James Hendon. This is a great thing. We appreciate so much. You know what, James? My father was in the Army. He was in the United States Army Air Corps. I always say this, right? But man, I never had the privilege to serve. But Pop always told me how great the military was, how vital the military is. And he was an Army guy. Is it true, though, that you end every staff meeting, being from West Point, and you say beat Navy at the end of every staff meeting? Is that true, sir?
I try not to say that at all the staff meetings. It's come out of my mouth many a time, but I've got to acknowledge that we've got our soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines in the foxhole with us. So you try to get above the fray a little bit.
Yeah.
Joe, I'd be remiss. I just want to acknowledge the great work that you're doing, as far as just providing comfort to people in this tough time. On top of what Boomer Naturals is doing as far as just these donations. And I have to also call out a good friend who really connected us, Brett Hockman from the American Dream Foundation and the Heroes to Homeowners, initiative. As far as just people doing these things behind the scenes that make it possible for so many to be impacted. And so to you and to Boomer and to Brett, everyone, thank you so much, and your listeners.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner James Hendon. And again, Boomer Naturals. This is the great company we've been telling you about. Gosh, I love this. And, they make this spectacular face cover, and they're giving 40,000 face covers to our city's veterans. We'll be making that. We're going to do that next week. We're going to make a whole big presentation. And you know what, too, Commissioner? I did a little commercial for CBS. I want to thank CBS, too. You'll be seeing me telling you about this. So it's great. It's all about this country, man. And you know what? When I see someone like yourself, Commissioner, giving up your life and being your stellar service to the United States of America, greatest country. And you're a New York guy, right, Commissioner?
Actually, I'm originally from Miami, Florida, but New York has been my home for almost 10 years now. So I bleed this city. My wife jokes with me. She says, you know more about this place, and you're so tied into this than I am. And she's from the Bronx, through and through. Her and her family.
Look at you. Commissioner, great. So thanks to Boomer Naturals, but Commissioner James Hendon for your service and for doing the great job as Commissioner of the New York City Department of Veteran Affairs. You know what, James, I'll see you, man. And we wish you all the very best for Memorial Day. We thank you for your service, and we'll see you. And I can't wait to make the presentation of these 40,000 face covers to our city's veterans. Thank you, sir. Commissioner, an honor to have you on the show, sir.
Thank you so much, Joe. And to you and all of your listeners, happy Memorial Day, and please stay safe.
Yes, sir. Thank you. James Hendon, Commissioner of the New York City Department of Veterans Affairs.